The Fanatec GT DD Pro bundle is one of those setups that really changes how you experience racing games. It's marketed as the all-in-one package, a direct drive base, a set of pedals, and an official Gran Turismo wheel designed specifically for PS5 and PC. When I first got mine, I'll be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect. Would it feel premium? Would it feel like a compromise? After using it for weeks, here's the truth. It's a fantastic starting point for sim racing, with a few areas you'll probably want to upgrade later. And before we get into the details, quick reminder, I've left a link to the GT DD Pro bundle in the description. That's updated regularly with the best prices. So if you're curious, definitely check it out. Unboxing was my first pleasant surprise. The base feels solid and compact with a real serious hardware vibe. Nothing flimsy about it. The pedals, even in the basic 2-pedal version, impressed me more than I thought they would. They're sturdy, stable, and responsive, which is already a step up compared to most beginner bundles. And then of course there's the Gran Turismo wheel. Now, the wheel gets a lot of mixed opinions online. Yes, it's on the lighter side, and no, it's not wrapped in leather or Alcantara. But here's the thing, that lightweight build actually works in its favor. Because it's so light, every bit of force feedback detail from the base comes through clean and sharp. There's no extra weight dampening the feel, and that makes it surprisingly fun to drive with. The sides is compact, which is especially nice if you're coming from a controller or if you don't want a huge wheel taking up your desk. The buttons are well laid out for GT7, so everything you need is right where your fingers expect it to be. Setting everything up is straightforward. I first clamped it to a desk and it was ready to go within minutes. For lighter use, the desk mount works fine, but the base really comes alive when mounted on a proper rig, especially if you're planning on using the optional 8 Nm boost kit. The pedals connect easily and they stay planted even without a rig thanks to their weight and grip. Once I got on track, that's when I realized how big of a leap direct drive actually is. Even at the stock 5 Nm, you can feel the smallest changes in grip, the texture of curbs, and the weight of the car shifting under braking. Switching to the 8 Nm boost kit just adds more realism and confidence without being overwhelming or fatiguing. Compared to a belt-driven wheel like the Logitech G29 or Thrustmaster T300, it's night and day. And back to the wheel itself, while it's not a luxury rim, it really surprised me with how capable it is. I expected it to feel cheap in use, but because of its lightweight build, the feedback feels crisp and immediate. Long sessions are doable, though after a couple of hours I personally wanted a bit more padding on the grip. But that's more about comfort preference than performance. The paddle shifters are functional and responsive. Yes, they have a bit of a clack sound, but I got used to it quickly, and it never took away from the driving experience. The pedals are perfectly fine for starting out, the throttle is smooth, and the brake is consistent, though I do recommend the load cell upgrade if you want to push your driving further. With the standard brake, you'll be fine learning the basics and enjoying casual racing. But once you add the load cell, braking suddenly feels natural because you're pressing based on pressure instead of travel distance. For me, that upgrade alone shaved time off my laps almost instantly. Here's what I really liked about the bundle. The base is fantastic for the price. The wheel is a lot more capable than it looks, and the whole system is incredibly beginner-friendly. Plus, Fanatec's ecosystem is huge. You can keep this setup and gradually upgrade, maybe a load cell kit for the pedals, or swap to a Formula or Porsche wheel later, without having to replace the base. The downsides? Well, the wheel isn't wrapped in premium materials, and the pedals in their stock form don't offer that high-end braking feel until you add the load cell. The quick release system, the QR1, can show a little flex if you eventually add heavier wheels. But none of these are deal breakers for starting out. They're just natural upgrade paths you'll likely consider once you've spent more time racing. So my verdict, the Fanatec GT DD Pro bundle is the best way to jump into direct drive on PS5 or PC. The base is outstanding, the pedals are a strong foundation, and the included wheel, while not flashy and where is better than it looks and gives you a clean, detailed racing experience right out of the box. Think of it as a perfect entry point. You'll love it as it is, and you've got plenty of room to grow if you want to upgrade later. Links in the description for the latest prices. And trust me, if you've only used gear-driven or belt-driven wheels before, this bundle is going to feel like a whole new world of sim racing.